Here we go. I'm doing this video now on my new Nexus 5X, and maybe it's a better video. So what we have is a 20-year-old Aruba hot tub. It's in perfect condition. It is loved by the dog, and basically we've used it because it's enclosed in this nice semi-open enclosure. We use it every night, and very good for sore backs and what ails you. It costs money, but then you save a lot in medicinals and quick showers and etc. So basically, might cost about $20 a month extra in power, and every 10 years you have to get a new pump, and every 5 years or 6 years you get a new cover because it gets so heavy you can't even move it. And today, after 20 years, it needs a new heater. I waited for it. I got everything in the box. I went through again my favorite Express hot tub parts with John and everything. I shouldn't say that because he's getting too busy now. So now we're going to open up and start up the process. So here we open up the time capsule and we look at electronics from 20 years ago. The controller. It's mainly for the heater, and then the controller for my 1-year-old, my replaced pump is in the back, and you can see actual relays. And basically we looked at it, I fiddled with it, I replaced that tiny little fuse, and we looked at the fuses, and there's nothing you can do. So I had to replace the whole thing now, which, you know, is pretty good for 20 years, I think. You can see the first trouble is they don't make kooky little 12-inch heaters anymore. They're all 15-inch. So something serious is going to have to be done. So my licensed installer, Mr. Smith, is on coffee break right now, but you can see he's kind of messy. Anyways, this heating thing is a couple inches longer than the old one. So Mr. Smith has been heating up the flexible pipes and giving a bit more flexibility, and he also have loosened the pump. So we're going to need to squish out of all this squishiness an extra couple of inches to get that heater, and they don't make the tiny heaters anymore. So this is a real job for Mr. Smith. So as you know, I have Mr. Harriet Smith doing the formal installation for legal purposes and formality, so that he's a friend of Emma and Jane Austen's. So basically, we simply could not move the tubes enough to get this 18-inch thing. So I had to hack the tube, and we are removing this fairly useless valve and putting on, I got a proper bushing for 1.5 to 2, and the couplings, which I found, I don't know, I thought I needed them and they're impossible to get. The couplings come with the heater. So we're all ready to go. I'm going to dry fit everything and then put it together. This is the new top side. It was also a tiny bit fiddly. It needed like a tiny shaving to fit it in. Here it is, ready for the fill. I'll probably just go over the drains a bit, just so the pump isn't dry, and see what it does when I power up. Squirt all over the place probably. Okay, there's the control panel before I close it. Whoops. Can't really, Mr. Smith did the works, and don't want to screw around with that 240 stuff. And we got the light bulb in, and that's about it. That 240 stuff is a bitch, because you try to get some S-bends in it, get a little flexibility. It's like sensitive to a millimeter, so it's enough. So there it is, purring like a kitten. The final problem was that the neutral, white neutral, was not being used by the old hot tub. So they just decided that they wouldn't even connect it at the panel, just to really bother me. So that was my last surprise. You can see I've switched it to Celsius and slowly rising. It's very cold, but a little suitcase just fits inside. The heater's on. Everything's perfect.